be responsible for theirs. Abso-freaking-lutely. Do you know most homeless people, they choose to be homeless? That's their choice. There's people who've done experiments and there's millionaires that live on the streets because it's just easier. They don't mind it. They actually like the freedom and the flow of it. So yes, we create every situation. With the children in Gaza feel they are created there. So I'm going to share this with you because you've brought up a really great point. So, and again, I can only speak from my example because I experienced it firsthand. So I went to Egypt. Okay. Egypt is a third world country, just in case you didn't know, even though they claim to be a tourism capital of whatever. I can tell you right now, it is culture shock to the max. Okay. And here's why I say that. Because if you don't understand poverty, don't go there. Please don't ever visit Egypt if you do not understand poverty.
Same thing
Because
in India. Well,
they will
India,
take you
yeah.
down the main strip in Giza, which is full of garbage, which is full of panhandlers, which is full of all this stuff. One street over, you know your city block, you walk one way in your subdivision, you come down the other street, you're making a loop. I can tell you right now, they have a shit canal and it is full of all of their feces. And their animals
Yeah.
go play with it, their kids play within like inches of it. That's how impoverished they are. But here's the kicker of that. They can change. And here's what's starting to happen because you brought up a great point. Do they understand their suffering? I can tell you right now, the kids that live in Giza and in Cairo and in all these little subdivision outside of Cairo, all the kids are leaving because of that exact thing. They are done with the nonsense. They're done being poor. They're done with the government taking all of their money. They're done. Their children have to go work from the age that they can panhandle. You know, the kids 8 years old are out on fishing boats when they're done school so they can find money for their families. So, yeah, they're starting to realize that this is not the life they want. They've changed the marriage laws just recently so that the girls don't have to get married at 14. Could you imagine your child getting married at 14? Being sold to the highest bidder? Yeah, that's no longer allowed, but all the kids are leaving now because they want something better. So do they know? They know. They are very well aware. And do you know why? Here's the other part of the kicker. You see this thing? How many people in Cairo do you think own one of these? Take a guess. Cairo's a big place. Cairo's a big place. They have apartment buildings that are missing half the sides. There's laundry everywhere. It's impoverished. Trust me. How many people do you think own a cell phone in Cairo alone? Bingo, Justin. Every single person owns a phone there. This is $1,400, if not more. And every single person owns one. So do they choose that? Yes, because they're brought up to go, we can have the nice things and we can live in this squalor.
Yeah.
Right? So do they know? Absolutely. They do. But the biggest thing is when you go to places like that because you want to have that experience, teach them what it's like. Do you want something better? Use this, right? Because your words, because you live where you live and you have the life experiences that you've gone through, the TV, you've been able to take courses and watch YouTube. They don't really have much of that stuff. So when you share your knowledge with them, they start to catch on. I was in a museum in, I believe it was Luxor. No, just outside of Luxor. Maybe it is Cairo. You're in a museum, and downstairs in the museum was all the Ramses family. Okay? Ramses is pretty important in Egypt. I went down there and started running my hands on top of the glass cases with the bodies in it. The ones that had no energy, there was no body in there. The ones that had
Mm.
energy in it had a body in there. You're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you can feel the energy. When there's an actual dead body in there, you can feel the energy it emits. When there's no energy, there's no body in there. They're putting an illusion in front of you. Everybody started doing it. So the more we stand up and rise and share, then they stop being poor. Here's another thing I'm just going to add on to that. How many of you hate paying taxes? You hate your government system because you got to pay all these taxes on your paycheck and all of those things? Yeah. They don't have any money. All of their money goes to the government. All of it. All of it. Could you imagine you being given $10 to live on for the next 30 days? Could you do it? It's the same concept of you wearing the sumo suit. After about 5 minutes of you living in poverty, what's going to happen? I don't like this. Get me the fuck out of here. I want something different. And you're going to start fighting back. If I just stop and stop letting my ego control what I don't like, now I can start to step into my intuition. What do I want to change? 100% people adapt to their surroundings. You've adapted to your surroundings since you were born.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, from the near-death experience, what I realized is that our souls choose to experience certain things, and that we don't get what we want, we get what we are. So whatever vibration we embody, if we're aligned with our essence, with our highest truth, if you know yourself, then you can very quickly change your circumstances. If you blend too much with the ego, right? That's when things fall off the balance, and that's when the circumstances can very quickly change. So it's not about blaming anyone. There's no ultimately, but it's also about, the empowerment and taking responsibility and realizing that we can, if we created hell, we can also create heaven, right? And that's ultimately why this is so important to be aware of that. It's not about pointing fingers. It's like it's taking the power back and saying it's happening for us, not to us. And
Yeah.
how can we now flip that and create the reality that we truly deserve? But how can we first clean up the stuff that's in the way that prevents us from and that limits us, prevents us from that highest reality, and that we can step into the reality. It's literally just jumping into a reality that exists otherwise. But there's a personal choice. What Sherry said before Deborah left, I think that was something that it made sense to me. I remember talking to a friend of mine she's from Colombia, and she grew up in a very well-to-do family and felt guilty because there were a lot of people who are very poor. So she decided after her graduation to go back and, build houses, participate with an organization that builds houses for the people that live in the slums. So they built these beautiful, beautiful houses, apartments, and provided them with all the running water and everything that was really wonderful. And went back a few months later, and the whole thing was completely destroyed. And they went and talked to the people and they said, "What just happened? Like, why would you not take care of this? Why did you bring it down and brought yourself back to the same level that you came from?" And the answer, she was just really shocked. The answer was, "Well, why did you think that this is what we wanted?" We made an assumption. We did enjoy the freedom of not having to pay taxes, of not having to be responsible. So there's sometimes souls that choose to experience away, and our projection is about patronizing and feeling sorry. But sometimes it's ultimately about experiencing this horrible event to play with the contrast so that they could learn, gain the knowledge and then create other reality, maybe in another lifetime, right? Yeah. Hero's journey. Beautiful. That's
The
it.
other thing I'll say too is just because you've been shown that in the news to be a reality doesn't mean it's true.
True.
Just because they're showing you that these people are suffering, well, where's the tangible? Did you go there to witness that for yourself? Because if you're bringing yourself into a vibration that's matching something that you have no awareness truly about, you're putting yourself in that vibration, which is going to put you back in that teeter between ego and intuition. You're going to start reacting because you can't help or you don't know what to do to help, right? So it's not that we're turning a blind eye. Here, let me give you the tools to help you, right? United for Humanity does just that. Here, let me give you the tools to understand how you can change this. You need water for your crops, ask for the water to come. Oh, you need sunshine for your crops. Okay, ask for the sunshine for your crops. Now all of a sudden you have everything in abundance. Now there's no resistance in ego or intuition. You're just creating. By the end, you are going to be like spot on. Everything is going to be accurate to the point and it's going to be right on. So this program is normally about $20,000. It should be more, but you know, we'll just call it 20 grand for right now. Here's what you're going to get as bonuses for signing up today. You're going to be getting a program that I taught with a beautiful soul who's passed over, stepping out of the matrix of disease. It's a $1,900 value. You're going to get it for free. You're getting a coaching program through myself and Monica worth about $16,000. You're going to get that package for free at the end. Towards the end of the course is where that comes in. You're going to get 2 certificates. One that you completed the practitioner program, and the second one is that you've completed the coaching program. So it's 2 certifications, and you'll get that whole package. So today, because you guys are here, we are giving you a very special offer. So $8,999. Other than that, it's 10 grand. Or you can have a payment plan of 12 payments over, or sorry, $1,000 payments over 12 months.